And welcome back. With the week of What If now wrapped up, we are into the week of Who Would Win. For those of you who don't know, at the end of the week, the last week of every month, I pretty much take a week to do a week's worth every day of Who Would Win videos. The week prior to that is the week of What If. We just got done with that. And we are finally closing out, at least for the time being, the Planeswalkers of Magic the Gathering, the monthly themed Who Would Win. And we're on pretty much the last two big ones. Now, for those of you who don't play Magic the Gathering, the card game, really quick, there's a large lore, history, characters, in-depth storytelling that actually goes into the game. And there's infinite amounts of planes of existence. Different worlds, cultures, environments, everything along those lines. Individuals who can traverse those dimensions, planes, are known as planeswalkers, and they're generally stronger than your average character. I've got through pretty much all the main ones that I can go through without it being what's the best way to put it? There's definitely planeswalkers I didn't go over because they couldn't properly identify their abilities for proper verses. But we're on to the last two. And once you know, the last two are both dragons. Both brothers, as a matter of fact. Both elder dragons. And currently we're doing the spirit dragon Ugin, who is pretty much the benevolent, good brother of the final guy we'll get to later on this week, Nico Bolas. But Ugin is the spirit dragon. Now, it's not known if he actually is dead or not. Like, if he's an actual spirit. It's believed that I don't believe he is dead because he's been killed before. But Ugin is an elder dragon from the planet Dominaria, which is one of the very OG original planes we've been to. When he was born, he was not a spirit dragon. He was just an elder dragon. But through study and becoming a planeswalker and transcending mana, he basically became a planeswalker in well beyond your average planeswalker's power level. The reason that he's so unique is that he is one of the only colorless planeswalkers. In fact, he's one of the only colorless characters. Now, in Magic Gathering, there's 5 key colors: red, blue, white, black, and green, each identifying a different philosophy, aspect, abilities, things along those lines. However, Ugin, it's never known what his color identification prior to transcending mana colors was, but he transcended actual mana colors. He is actually the definition of neutrality in some regards, but because he doesn't do things to further his any goals he has. He just studies the mysteries of the multiverse and just goes around saying, "Oh yeah, well, what's the reason for this? What's the reason for that? These Cthulhu-esque beings, what's their purpose?" and everything along those lines. But he will get involved when he deems it necessary for the overall benefit. But he pretty much stays a neutral party, just kind of like doing his thing and studying. But the thing about Ugin is, and I try to look up more in-depth abilities with Ugin, his main ability is to basically transmute raw etheric energy, or aether, basically energy from the environment, into matter and spells, such as his so-called Breath of Ugin, which is an invisible flame. Essentially, it's a clear, invisible flame. Now, what does that actually entail? Well, going over Ugin's history as best I can, here's all the spells I know he's capable of, because we've seen him do it in some capacity, and then I can give you an idea of what he can actually do after that. So we know he can create illusions on some level. He's created like blinding white lights, glowing balls that have been used in effect to blind and distract individuals. They were not meant for attack. They're just meant for distraction and defense. We know he can traverse dimensions, so that's a given. He has the Breath of Ugin, which is an invisible flame. We know that he's capable of creating constructs, artifact creatures. Artifacts are basically machines in the world of Magic. But we know he's capable of doing that because he has a card that's like that. He's apparently able to call spirits to his aid, if his card is anything to go by. He can destroy colored individuals without too much. It takes a bit of power, whatever necessary power he needs, but he can just wipe out individuals without too much difficulty. His first card was much stronger than his current card, but his current card's still very powerful. Uh, then you have to go into the fact that he actually, no joke. 1 second here, I want to be very clear here. Use his strong ties to planet Tarkir, where his magic, with using his magic, the transmutation of energy into matter, is responsible for the elemental dragon storms that once raged through the plane, giving birth to dragons. Let me phrase that in a different way. His magic to transmute matter, energy into matter, created a birthing storm of He literally created a magical storm that gave birth to life. Dragons, no less. That's a lot of power. Ugin has also demonstrated the ability to create seals of of certain natures, to create confines, constructs. The hedrons, which are basically these, what will be the shape? Diamond shaped? No, not diamond. Technically, they're 8-sided shapes. I can't remember exactly. Is that what is the hedron the name of that? Basically, take two very pointy triangles, put them on top of each other. That's what you basically get with here. He helped create those and helped seal away Cthulhu-esque beings known as the Eldrazi. Ugin, also obviously having wings, is capable of flight. Being a dragon, he is physically powerful. Essentially, Ugin has no real limitation. He has access to all 5 colors of mana, meaning he probably has access to healing spells. I know for a fact he has telepathic abilities as well. He can read minds and communicate, and he probably has some level of mind control, but because of his nature, he doesn't use it. Black spells, that's probably where the whole destroying things aspect comes in. Same with the red. Green, he probably is able to cause things to grow, cultivate life. White, again, healing spells. Ugin just has a lot of abilities that we can only speculate on, but can assume he has, and probably a lot more abilities that we just have no idea he had. Ugin is actually my favorite planeswalker. Just A, because I think dragons are awesome, like most people. B, design-wise, he's very unique. I'm looking at a different picture right now than the one I used than the one I used as the thumbnail. But because unlike his wings are feathered, that I think is a cool way to go about designing a dragon. It's like, why not give a dragon feathered wings? He also looks similar to Bolas, but very different. Ugin is probably my favorite planeswalker, just from a design standpoint. His concept. Also, he's got this cool little hood there, which makes it look like a bit of a cobra. So Ugin's just awesome. So he's got a wide range of abilities. And again, he can do things like create literally an elemental storm, which created dragons. He created life itself just using his magic. Now, it's never stated how much energy it took to put how much energy it took for him to create that, if it tired him out immensely. Like, we know Sorin, the vampire planeswalker we had many, many moons ago, had to put a lot of energy into creating the Hell Vault. Was it the Hell Vault or Avacyn? Point being, he had to put a lot of energy into doing it, so it left him weakened. But Ugin, being an elder dragon over 25,000 years old, pretty much it has an indefinite lifespan. So Ugin is a beast. So to put against Ugin is really tough. Bolas, surprisingly, I had no problem figuring out who I wanted to put against Nico Bolas, who is the final planeswalker we'll get to later on in the week. But clearly you know who I put him up against. It's in the title here. But when figuring out who to put him up against, I could have put him up against like a team of individuals, but I didn't want to put him up against like heroes or anything, because in my mind that doesn't make much sense why they'd be fighting him. I wanted to put him up against someone who would be a villain, and I've had Kaguya on here several times before. Kaguya would actually seem like a legitimate threat and concept that Ugin would need to face. So I do like the idea of using Kaguya as the villain here. Now, Kaguya is technically apparently she is a species of celestial being. It's never actually said straight out what she is. I've heard. I think does she have aliases? Something like a rabbit god or something like that. Because she has rabbit ears. She does, which is weird. But anyway, she is the mother of pretty much chakra and ninjutsu. Hence, long story, really summing up the whole history of Naruto here. She came from the stars, tried to basically accept humanity, but she grew disillusioned by humanity, couldn't trust it, so she ate this fruit from a tree, gave her chakra, energy to create Jujutsu, but her sons defeated her, and chakra went to all the ninjas in the world. She's pretty cold-hearted and ruthless, so yeah, she does have some love in her for her sons, but at the same time, she still wanted to try to kill them. Though, and a good way to put their personality is Naruto stated that unlike all previous other foes, he couldn't empathize with Kaguya at all, as he felt she was completely lacked a heart. Kagurumi wasn't sure why Kaguya ended up the way she did, but he believed eating chakra fruit may have done something to her. Anyway, her abilities are freaking all over the place. She can traverse through dimensions without too much difficulty. And in the anime, her other worldly powers, long before she could even consume the fruit, were interstellar travel. How she actually ended up to Earth is God knows how. Subdue people into sleep, hypnotize them, erase their memories, or even unleash a powerful shockwave from her eyes, which repel or even slaughter people, kind of like Jiren. After eating the fruit, she had unrivaled power, pretty much. It took both her sons to defeat her, and took months to do that. She basically is able to absorb chakra and any chakra-based techniques. Sasuke she had unparalleled strength and chakra, noted by both Naruto and Sasuke to be greater than Madara's as the 10-tailed Jinchuriki, which was, if you're not familiar with Naruto, that's a lot. In anime, she simply released her chakra to create a massive shockwave. As the first person to ever wield chakra, she can absorb any technique that she encounters. When making physical contact with enemies, she's able to halt their movement while absorbing their chakra. Through her bond with the God Tree, she becomes stronger and gains chakra from tethered victims from the Infinite Tsukuyomi. We'll assume that's where Ugin's going to show up to, so we're going to give her as many abilities as we can. She does have some skill in unarmed combat and is pretty fast. Not like light speed fast, but she can catch Naruto, which implies she might have light speed reflexes, but that's debatable. Because the reaction time is different than traveling speed, and as that affects anything, reaction speed is actually faster than your traveling speed. And to be fair, Naruto has like light speed reaction speed, but I know when the omnidirectional clones attacks, they're moving faster than lightning because they moved faster than Raikage, who is as fast as lightning because it covers himself with lightning. So she is moving at least faster than lightning. She's claiming to be immortal. She can quickly regenerate any lost anatomy, such as a severed limb. She's was also able to retain the ability to mold chakra, even though she was hit by 9 different variations of Rasen Shuriken, which were all capable of wiping out mountainsides. So 9 mountainside decimating balls hitting you. She had superficial damage. Ninjutsu, she has mastered all 5 elements, including fire, water, earth, lightning, and wind, along with yin yang release. She can make her long hair into a makeshift weapon, kind of like Jiraiya does. She can also create life to serve on her will, and she can also use the summoning technique. Remind me what she was able to summon here. Summoning technique. All right, what did she summon? I can't remember what she summoned. Other techniques she possess a number of unique abilities, like the 8 Gods Vacuum Attack, allows her to materialize enormous chakra fists to attack, but powerful enough to overcome Jinchuriki arms and destroy a complete-bodied Susanoo with ease, which is not easy. She can also use her hair to fire just like countless needles, which can pierce the absolute defense of Susanoo. With the all-killing Ash Bones, she can basically harden her bones and launch them to weaponize projectiles with her bare hands. When used on a living target, basically it turns them into a pile of ash. And her strongest ability is the expansive Truth-Seeking Ball, formed by accumulating chakra of all the people connected to the Senju, or the tree. According to Black Zetsu, it houses every nature transformation with the power to reshape the world by reducing it to nothing first, essentially serving as the start to a new dimension. So essentially, this is a planet level busting attack. She also has the Byakugan. For those of you who don't know Naruto, lets you see. It basically gives you X-ray vision, 360 near 360 X-ray vision, and you can see the chakra pathways. In conjunction with her hair, she's able to see vital points, actually accurately piercing them to immobilize people completely. Oh god, she has the Rin Sharingan. I always preferred the Sharingan. That just makes more sense. Why Rin Sharingan? I don't know. Basically, the third eye is a Sharingan and a Rinnegan put together, which gives her all her chakra. obviously has Sharingan powers, which is to copy ninjutsu, taijutsu, genjutsu, perceive these things, perceive movements. She's able to cast the infinite Tsukuyomi around individuals with her third eye. She can instantly teleport herself and others around her to different dimensions while simultaneously erasing the presence of the chakra. She's able to travel through rifts in space as means of instantaneous travel. She's able to manipulate the roots of the God Tree, essentially using them to fight with. And Tail Beast transformation. When combined with the God Tree, she became the Ten Tails. She became the Ten Tails to take back the chakra inherited by her sons while fighting Team 7. The Tail Beast chakra and Naruto's Sage Art Super Tailed Beast Rasengan reacted to the chakra inside Kaguya, resulting in her mutating into an unstable rabbit-like version of the Ten Tails. It was not humanoid, did not happen intentionally, implying that she was able to transform into Ten Tails at will. When she became unstable from the attacks, she needed to absorb chakra from victims, basically to return normal. She's really hard to defeat. Naruto and Sasuke had to basically seal her away. Kaguya was never killed. Let's be damn clear on that. 1 second here. This resulting in bold permanently and finally eliminated. Okay, so I just want to double check real quick here. Under the effects of Vegeta, Kaguya's body transformed into the Ten Tails and then into the demonic statue before becoming involved in the sphere. Yep, they sealed her up. They did not kill her. By all accounts, she might not be able to be killed. You need something serious. You need some serious firepower to legitimately kill her. You probably need to erase her entire existence. Even probably taking her head off wouldn't guarantee a kill, given the way her regeneration works. But that said, you could probably weaken her with enough time. If you have abilities that are not something she is inherently or immediately capable of comprehending or addressing, you might be able to take advantage over there. But should know, illusions are not going to work because she has the Sharingan. If you're fast, you better be fast enough to catch her. Otherwise, yeah, she can go different dimension. She can go dimension hopping. Strength-wise, she's probably strong, but not that strong. But she can create the chakra hands. The ash bone is a deadly technique. So, bottom line here is, how does this fight break down? Let's assume for a moment that it happens after she activates Infinite Tsukuyomi, because I'll be honest, I don't know if Ugin could be, because Nicol Bolas is overall stronger than Ugin, overall. Though ultimately Ugin became strong. That's different. That's a spoiler for a different story. But anyway, he did become stronger in the end. But Nicol Bolas does not strike me as someone who could be easily manipulated, if manipulated at all. And Ugin falls into the same camp for me. So I don't know if he'd be susceptible to the Infinite Tsukuyomi. But let's assume that he comes in anyway. So Naruto and Sasuke and Sakura are both kind of on the ground fighting. All of a sudden, Ugin, having sensed the threat to the multiverse, someone who is actually strong enough to threaten the multiverse. Like, Kaguya can go dimension to dimension. She, in theory, could traverse to different planes in the multiverse. She is a Bolas level threat, if not maybe higher. Or they fluctuate. That's a different fight entirely. Maybe one day I'll do a Nicol Bolas versus Kaguya. But point being, as Kaguya's getting ready to fight him again, she senses a new presence, and then Ugin's there, and everyone's just sitting, kind of shocked. Even Kaguya is not sure what to make of this. Just a dragon, and because as far as I know, I don't know about dragons in Naruto. Have they ever made mention of dragons in Naruto? Because if they have, and you know what, I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to. Dragons. Look it up right now because it's gonna take a few moments to just look at dragons in Naruto. Yeah, do they actually make reference to dragons in Naruto? The Genryu are 5 legendary dragons that appear in Naruto stripped and okay, well that's a game. I don't need fanon is not canon. So yeah, well, let me check that just to be good. I mean, there's a clan called the Ryu clan, which means the Dragon Clan. Dragons are the signature summon of Jinpa, a shinobi, a son. But yeah, but this isn't the real thing. This is a fandom. This isn't an actual legitimate information. as far as I can tell here. Yeah, again, Fanon is not canon, so non-canon dragon. Well, wait, non-canon dragon. Who's Jimpa? All right, hold on. Let me check Jimpa real quick. Now I gotta look into this real quick. Sorry about this, folks. Because I need to know. I need to know if dragons are a legitimate thing in the Naruto universe. Let's see. Jimpa is. Okay. Yeah. This is all fair. Okay. This isn't canon. Good to know. Yeah. Good to know. Anyway. So dragons don't exist as far as I can tell in the Naruto universe. Anyway, so they're deep shock, and Ugin just observing the scene. It's like, Beast, who are you? And then Ugin just kind of ignoring Kaguya, who's now getting a little miffed. Like, you're ignoring me? It's like, I'm sorry, I asked you, Beast, what are you doing here? And then Ugin just looks at her and is like, I come to because I don't know how Ugin would sound. I imagine he'd be kind of like, it'd be like an old wise master voice compared to something like Bolas, which would be very deep and evil. It'd be more like Roshi, but a bit more a deep Roshi. Something akin to Bolas anyway. Deep, but more intelligent, less evil. There's less evil behind the voice. So something akin to. I came here because I sensed a great disturbance, and they briefly explains the threat, the multiverse, and the threat that she's posing, and that normally I would stay out of affairs that don't concern me. However, yours is a threat that I cannot ignore, and so so if you wish to take me on, Beast, you will be subjugated like the rest. You'll be subjugated like the rest, and then she basically just fires an ash bone at him, just couple up, or she maybe just fires her. Starts off by a salvo of needles, which he honestly could probably just stop, just blows him away with his wings, like, boom. And then he just rushes in, just tries to grab her, and then she just comes in with the chakra fist, boom, lands it straight on him. He feels the hit hard, but then just boom. She can't see the flame, but because it's chakra still, she can sense and everything like that. I feel like etheric energy, as it says in the wiki article describing, it says on his description, would basically be akin to natural chakra, more or less. So she does feel something's off. So she reaches out to try to absorb. So she doesn't initially absorb it, but she assumes he's kind of roaring. But then she suddenly starts to feel the heat, and her arm's starting to burn. She immediately starts to absorb the chakra away. Again, she's not missing her arm, but it quickly regenerates. But he comes in again, this time distracting her with illusions, like, bright lights in her eyes. But again, I'm calling it the Sharingan. Screw it. It's the Sharingan to me. You can see right through it. She then just tries to throw the ash bone at him. Now, the ash bone hits and pierces him. I don't think it has the same effect on him as it would other living things, because he's known as the spirit dragon for a reason. He's not dead. He's not literally like a ghost, but he is, physically speaking, he's not. His biology is different, but he still feels the effects. It still hurts, so he quickly pulls it out. Quickly starts to work a healing spell, and now he's like, now he has to bring the A game material here. Now he's basically, because he's studied the hedrons, he's studied things along those lines, so he knows how to, in theory, create them. I just don't know if he's fully capable of doing it, because that, I think, is more Nahiri's job. But I think he can do some. I think after many years, he can kind of create them on some level. So he suddenly pulls a bunch of hedrons out. Creates them from the ground. Just, meanwhile, Naruto and the game are just like, what is going on here? And then just surrounds her in him. She doesn't think anything of it at first, but then she realizes she's having trouble moving. And he basically starts to bind her in there. Just, and then he's like, you are a threat, Kaguya Okutsuki. Or I think that's her last name. Wasn't that her last name? Suki? Otsuki. There. Otsuki. It's like, and then she's like, what? Now, here's the thing. Mind reading in Naruto is a very, very rare thing. We know the Yamanakas can do it. That's their specialty technique. We know that you can enter another person's mindscape through some means, like with the Sasuke entering Naruto's mind. It's not impossible, But actual mind control is actually easier to do in this world than through like seals or techniques than actual mind reading. But he's actually just so there's nothing because there's nothing to imply that she has any immunity to telepathy or she has telepathy of her own, apart from maybe her connection to Naruto and Sasuke through her sons. So because of that, he can honestly just lift thoughts straight from her head, and he can quickly gather how to brace. That's the big thing here. If you were to tell me right now, and the fight will continue in just a second, but if you tell me right now who I think is the overall has more raw power, I would say Ugin, because he's theoretically capable of anything. If I think who's more dangerous in a legitimate fight, I do think Kaguya. But because Ugin is over 25,000 years old, way beyond Kaguya's age. That's the thing too. How old is Kaguya? Age-wise, do we get an age? They don't give an age. A millennia ago. They say a millennia ago. So that's 1,000 years. He is 25 years old times, not 25 years, 25 times older than her. He's been around and spent a lot of individuals. And he'd be lifting thoughts from her head like this, gathering her information, realizing exactly what she is and what she's done. It's like, my God, it's like you poor, and he just starts to berate her a little bit. It's like, you poor misguided immortal, you poor misguided person. It's like, you came to this planet seeking refuge, and yet look what's become of you. It's like, I am the mother of... And then she's starting to get mad. It's like, you do not get to lecture me, lizard! And then she starts to pull away the heat just a little bit. I am the creator. I am the mother of all chakra. I am the god of this world. And then she starts to create... So she's starting to get pissed off. Like, and I will not be lectured by you. And then he's using her rage against her, so now he just resummons even more Hedrons, just boom, boom, boom. And this time he's actually starting to impart his own magic on. They're starting to create more seals and effects that are binding her, and she's really starting to have a hard time moving. So she's basically... It's also it's also making it hard to switch to the dimensions. But eventually she does manage, like, basically just to get away from her. Away from him for a moment. Unfortunately for her, what she doesn't realize is... Wait, just do a pop sound. Pop! He just reappears behind her. He's like, did you think you... It's like, we're not done. And then he appears. Now she can sense him appear. And then we're not done yet. And then, he once again summons more Hedrons to bind her. She just... Now she's just getting rip shit angry. Just, yeah! It's like, you do not... How dare you talk to me this way? It's like, I will show you. She's just getting angry. This is an individual who seems to be able to one up her on nearly every turn, despite the fact she theoretically is more dangerous. He theoretically has an answer to whatever. He needs a little time to cast a spell, mind you. But he has almost an answer for anything she can throw at him. But that being said, her reflexes are probably better than his, because he is still a very large, cumbersome dragon. So she starts just throwing ash bones at him, needles here, then just starts to ram into him, just boom, and then, disappears. It's like she goes back to where the tree is, like, I will destroy this world, a great new, beautiful dimension. Starts to absorb the chakra from the tree, starts to transform. And what happened to the dragon? The lizard, the last worm finally died. And all of a sudden, Ugin just appears again behind her. But she's distracted this time. And he basically decides to use his own magic to manipulate the tree, manipulating the life energy of it, and starts to basically undo the spell of the Sinju, of the world tree, as it will, the god tree. Now, the question some people might ask, like, am I overdoing Ugin here? Am I basically giving him a straight win here? No, it still takes a lot of energy just to create the elemental storm. Probably cost him a lot of his power, and there was a pre-spark planeswalker, or a pre-melting planeswalker. That was a god level Ugin. Ugin's still vastly powerful, but their planeswalkers aren't nearly as powerful as they used to be. They used to literally be gods. Like Ugin pre-melding would waste Kaguya. But the thing is, he's trying to manipulate the life energy, or manipulate the energy of a living, semi-sentient thing in the god tree, as Kaguya is absorbing the chakra to basically to use her ultimate attack. But I do think he can do it. It's a matter of manipulating the biology, mentality, all that. So He's doing it, and again, she can't sense him. She's too focused. I will end this one, but she's noticing her ability, her chakra. What was it? What was the name of the technique again? What was it? What was the name of that? Expansive truth-seeking ball. Basically, the one that would destroy the world isn't quite as powerful as she was expecting. In fact, is frankly quite weak to what. I mean, it would still level probably half the planet, but half the planet is not what she's after. She's after the full planet. She has to destroy the whole planet. She's what is? And then she just sees the dragon and sees Ugin there just. And then he quickly catches the gaze like. Oh, well, that's not good. Well, I'm going to have to end this. But he's also been siphoning off the chakra into a different manner for one final attack. And essentially what he does is that Kaguya's like, yo! And she throws it at him. He just disappears out of the fray. Or he planeswalks away is what he does. But he immediately planeswalks back in. And, yes, and I think Naruto and Sasuke actually both get it, because they see Ugin disappear. Like, actually, what Ugin would really do is ask Naruto and Sasuke, I need you to handle this. Give me one chance, give me one shot at her, or give me one final blow. God, you need to take this blow from him. Between Naruto's Fox mode and Susanoo, they are able to do it. And then Kaguya's just like, what? And then Ugin appears behind her again, and she's about to turn around. However, this time, basically what he has is he took all the chakra that he absorbed out of the tree. Basically, they both had half the chakra from the tree. And Ugin was able to do that. Basically, he siphoned it all off, put it into his own energy. He has one more Hedron in him. This time, however, just boom, just smacks it into her, and then just channels all of his energy into that. And all of this, it's just kind of freezing her. There's like, what is this? It's a prison you will not escape from, and then basically she's starting to be absorbed into the Hedron. The Hedron network was designed to keep Cthulhu as basically the magic equivalent of Cthulhu, Lovecraftian creatures at bay, and seal them away. He's doing the same thing, so now he's putting all his energy into one Hedron, and basically just sealing her away. No! It's like, you will not. And then just as she's trying to reach her, he just ghost fires her again. Just and it's like, ah! And she's not regenerating as fast enough because she's losing all of her energy. It's like, you think you couldn't absorb all my chakra? It's like, I have more than you are. Your mana, because he refers to it as mana. To him, it's mana. To her, it's chakra. It's basically just tomato, same thing, different name. And she's just looking at him, trying to get one last, guys like. The being who defeated her, just God, I will not forget. And basically, the Hedron's it's a small Hedron, like big by our standards, like probably this big, like that, but small by his standards. Like it would fit in between his two horns, like Bolas's Gem of Becoming does. Which, ironically enough, I think is what he would do. It's like basically he now holds that between his horns, like, yo, no, I will keep you with me, so you will not, for the rest of eternity if I have to, so you will never hurt another person again, or another world again. Thane just looks down at them, just, wishes them good luck, and says, sorry, he apologizes for interfering in your own issues, but this is a fight that I could not entrust to other people. This is something I had to take care of. And then Ugin walks away. Why does Ugin win the fight? Well, I kind of went over it earlier, and this one went a bit longer than I wanted to. But I kind of went over it earlier, but just to recap, Kaguya could definitely kill Ugin, because Ugin's died before. She could kill Ugin. I'm not saying Ugin wins this 100% of the time. She definitely has techniques that could kill him. Her expansive truth-seeking ball could take him out easy. She's got better reflexes, better fighting experience, and is just overall more dangerous, particularly because of her ideology. She's also hard to damage and hard to hurt in general, and almost impossible to kill. But Ugin is not human. Ugin's not even a normal dragon. Ugin has transcended base living and is a being beyond normal comprehension. So, things like the Ash Killing Bone might hurt him, but I don't actually think it would kill him. B, he's 25,000 years old at least, meaning he's 25 times older than Kaguya, and he's had a lot of experience learning many different things that I probably don't even know about. I went off the just random assortment of things that I knew he had and what he probably also has. So there's that as well. And the big factor is the fact that there's no evidence to say Kaguya has any protection against mind reading, telepathy at all, or that she'd even know someone was reading her mind. Ugin, we know, has telepathy from the novelizations, from the stories. We know he has telepathy. So we can easily reach into her mind and basically it's like, oh, so this is what you are. This is how you work. This is how I can defeat you. Okay. Add on the fact that he's durable enough to just last long enough in a fight to enact those tactics. And the fact that he has enough, he pretty much can theoretically do anything. It's just a matter of time and energy. That's all it is. And Ugin's smart. He's going to use his time and energy effectively. So I got to go with Ugin the majority. But I will... Sorry. Mosquito? Yes, no? I will say, though, Kaguya could definitely win. She could get enough Ash killing bones in him that maybe it does just overwhelm him. She could, again, him with the truth-seeking ball, she could just grab him in place and absorb all his, what in his case it'd be chakra, or her case it'd be chakra, in his case mana, in theory. But I'm still going to go Ugin. I'm going to go Ugin 80% of the time. I do think there's a 20% chance, 1 out of 5 chance that she does win the fight. But I do got to go Ugin in the fight long term. But this is one of the longest ones I've done. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for doing Star Wars, Superman, Magic, whatever, anything to do with the channel. Put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to that at some point. So, to the American. And yeah, who wins throughout the week? What ifs when they're prevalent? I'm probably going to catch either Booksmart or Brightburn tomorrow. Godzilla's this week. Yeah. Yeah, you better believe I'm looking forward to Godzilla. And yeah, not much else. I mean, besides the usual, not much else to go over. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.